Okay, so this is actually going to be my first update for Pan That Palette 2018, and in case you haven't seen my original video, I'll go ahead and link that up in the cards as well as in the description box for you, but I did pick out the Lorac Pro 2 palette for 2018. I'm going to go ahead and insert last month's progress points right now, and this is where I am at the intro, the starting point of Pan That Palette for 2018. And this is what my palette currently looks like after using it for 1 month. Okay, so you can see I did actually hit pan on one of the shadows here in Buff, and I did widen the pan just a tiny little bit in Rosé. I'm not the biggest fan of either one of those two shadows, but I just figure the sooner that I use them and finish them off, the sooner they're gone. So I will say I am saving beige. I'm trying not to use it as much as I want to. I've been trying to use snow a little bit more frequently than beige just because snow is very hard to wear. It's very intense. It's like an icy white. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it's very, that is a swatch of it there. Maybe I could try it as a face highlight. It's just so silvery and cool toned and intense that even using it at the inner corners of the eye for a highlight, it's very harsh and it doesn't really go with much of anything. I was using Chrome and Mocha a little bit this past month. I really focused my attention on those two. I honestly thought that because I love Pewter so much from the original palette when I panned that one a couple years ago that I would love Chrome, but it's just not the same. I'm really not a big fan of Chrome. I'm just trying to hit pan on it and use it as frequently as I can so I can get that one out of the way. I would much prefer using Mocha over Chrome. I definitely think these two right here, Snow and Beige and Mocha and Chrome, will have pan by the next time, so definitely watch for that. I have some super crazy dips in these two, and I'm just burrowing straight down in the product in the areas right up here, so it'll be very easy to hit pan. I'm actually surprised I didn't hit pan on Chrome for this past month. Silver is actually easier to wear than Snow, surprisingly, but I'll try and use that one a little bit more. I think I actually used everything in this palette. I wish that Jade showed up a little bit more green than it does. When you kind of blend it out, it just looks like a really dark gray brown. I don't know if that's when I dropped my palette and had to repress it, that it got some of the other shadows, some of these other darker shadows, because I had dropped it over a year ago. And Chrome, Silver, Jade, Cocoa, Black, Charcoal, and Navy had all cracked, and I had to repress all those. So if you're wondering why my palette looks a little messy over here, that's why. Black I tried to use at my roots a little bit when I hadn't touched up my roots, so it was handy for that, but typically I'll just use that either to deepen up the outer corner of my crease, or I'll wear it as like eyeliner or something. I tried to use Navy in the crease area in the outer corner, but I think I'll stick with using that one as like a liner or smudging it underneath the bottom lash line. Like I said originally, I just want to hit pan on that one, possibly because there's no way that I could finish that off when I repressed it. It's just so hard and dry. It doesn't feel like any of the other shadows, and these over here, they feel fine. Everything else that I repressed doesn't have that texture, but there's got to be something in Navy that makes it do that, because I've never had a shadow do that after repressing it. Moving back up to the top right here, I have some pretty significant dips in this light brown and Nectar here. I think I used these two shades. I would switch off between them and use those as my transition almost every single day for this past month. Sometimes I used Cool Gray to do that too, but it was mostly between these two. So I think I might even have pan on this light brown by the next time as well. I'm definitely keeping my fingers crossed for that. I thought that there would be more looks that I could do with this palette, but I really feel stumped. There's like two eye looks that I'm comfortable with using just shadows out of here, but they don't really turn out on my eyes like I envision them to, so I generally find myself pulling like 2, 3, maybe 4 shades from this palette and then pulling other things out of my collection to pair with it, which is fine, but I just wish that this was more like the original Lorac Pro palette, because that one is so versatile. You can pull so many different looks just from that palette alone. So honestly, after using this for just 1 month, I wouldn't repurchase this one again. I would probably repurchase the original, as crazy as that is after using that one up entirely. But anyway, that was my short and sweet update on the Lorac Pro 2 palette. Let me know how you guys are doing, and that is it. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.